Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to create contact automatically in HubSpot CRM for Google Form leads. So I run a business where I want to add my Google Form leads in HubSpot CRM as a new contact. So here my objective is, as soon as I receive a new Google Form submission, I am going to create contact in HubSpot CRM. So for building this integration between Google Forms and HubSpot, I am going to use an amazing automation tool, that is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to add Google Form leads to the HubSpot CRM as a new contact. So right before you on my screen you can see I have integrated two applications, that is Google Forms and HubSpot CRM. Now as soon as a new lead will be received from my Google Form, the lead will be added as a new contact in HubSpot CRM. So now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for your own business. But before that I am going to show you the real working of this automation. So for testing this automation, let's move on to my Google Form. And so here you can see this is my form which I have created named as lead form, and now I am going to fill this form. So here I have filled this form providing first name testing, last name user, email testing@pabblytudes.com and the phone number also. Now I am going to simply click over this submit button, and here you can see our form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my HubSpot CRM account to check whether a contact is created over there or not. So here you can see I am successfully receiving this lead which I have recently entered over my Google Form, that is having the name testing user, its email testing@pabblytudes.com and the phone number as well. So here you can see I have successfully built in this automation by using an amazing automation tool, that is Pabbly Connect. So you can also build this automation. So for that you just have to access Pabbly Connect, and for accessing the Pabbly Connect you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect, you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. But before moving on forward, I am going to tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly application. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community, you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in, and once you finish your sign up you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page where you can see the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to create an integration between two applications, we will be using this Pabbly Connect app which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. So for that you simply have to click over this access now button, and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows by integrating many applications. So if you also want to create your own folder, you simply have to click over this create a folder button, and here you will be getting this dialog box where you have to provide the folder name, and if you want you can select the parent folder as well. And afterwards you just have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over this select button, and here you will be getting the dialog box where you have to provide the name to your workflows. So now I am going to provide a name to my workflow here. So here I am providing it the name create contact in HubSpot CRM for Google Form leads, and afterwards I am going to select my folder, that is automation. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up, that is workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where we are getting the option for adding the trigger. So now you might be wondering what is this trigger. So triggers are first application or the application which is going to initiate a workflow. So in this case I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new submission over my Google Form. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Google Form. So for that you simply have to click over this add trigger button, and you will be landed to this trigger setup page page where I'm going to select my trigger app as Google Form. So now let's search for it, and here you can see I'm getting this app, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as new response received. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see we are receiving this webhook URL with the steps for pasting this webhook URL. So this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge between Google Form and Pabbly Connect for building the connection. So now let's copy this webhook URL, and now let's move on towards the Google Form which I have created. So here you can see this is my Google Form, and here you can see I'm getting this option for responses in my Google Form. So I'm going to select it, and here you can see that we are getting the option for view in sheet. So you just have to select it, and you will be landed to the Google Sheet where your Google Form responses are saved. And here we have to paste our webhook URL. So for pasting the webhook URL, you just have to go to extensions, and here you have to go to add-ons, and afterwards you just have to go to get add-ons, and afterwards you will be landed to the Google Workspace Marketplace as you select get add-ons. And here I'm going to search for the app, that is Pabbly Connect webhook. So now I'm going to type it, and here you can see I'm getting this option, so I'm going to select it, and here you can see this app, that is Pabbly Connect webhook, is already installed in my account. So you just have to install it firstly, and afterwards again you have to go to extensions, and here you can see I'm getting this option for Pabbly Connect webhook, and here we are getting this option for initial setup. So you just have to select it, and you will be getting the initial setup dialog box which can be seen here. So in this initial setup dialog box, it is asking me to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So this is the place where you have to enter the webhook URL which you have recently received from your Pabbly Connect. So now let's move on to Pabbly Connect and copy this URL, and now let's move on to Google Sheet, and here I'm going to paste it, and afterwards it is asking me to enter my trigger column. So trigger column is basically our last data column. So here I'm going to enter my trigger column as E, as I want to receive all the details of this Google Sheet. So here I'm going to enter my trigger column as E. Now we simply have to click over the submit button, and here you can see. So here you can see we are getting this message which says setup configured successfully. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here you can see it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response, we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission, we have to fill our Google form again. So here I'm getting this form, so I'm going to fill this form again. So here you can see I have filled this form providing first name demo, last name lead, email demo@pabblytunes.com, and my phone number. Now we simply have to click over this submit button, and here our form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet again, and here you can see I'm receiving this response. So I'm going to simply click over this send test for sending the test data to my Pabbly Connect, and here you can see we are receiving this message which says test data sent successfully. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response or not. So here you can see in my Pabbly Connect I am successfully receiving this response, that is response A. So with this we are done with our trigger app. But now let's move on to the Google Sheet again, and here again I'm going to select extensions, and again I'm going to select this Pabbly Connect webhook, and here I'm going to enable this send on event, and I'm enabling this so that I don't have to send test data again and again. I can receive the response instantly as soon as a new form is submitted over my Google Form. So here we are done with our send on event. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I'm going to add action app, and you can have many action apps according to your workflow. So for that you simply have to click over this add new action step button, and here you will be landed to this action setup page where I'm going to select my action app as HubSpot CRM. So let's search for it, and here you can see I'm getting this app, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as create a contact. Now we just have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to this connection page where if you want to use your existing connection you can select it, that is select existing connection, and if you want to build a new connection you can use this, that is add new connection. And afterwards you simply have to click over this connect with HubSpot CRM, and here you have to choose the account. So here I'm going to use the second account. So here I have chosen my account, and here our connection will be successfully built in, and here our connection has been successfully created, and here we are getting some of the fields. So here we have to enter the details of our lead, but now I'm not going to enter my lead details manually because I'm going to perform mapping. Now you might be wondering what is this mapping. So mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic. So here I'm I'm going to map all these fields from the response which I'm receiving from my Google form, as Google form is my previous step. So the process of mapping is simple. You have to select the field which you want to map, and from here you have to select the application where you are receiving the data. So here the first field I'm going to map is email. So you just have to select it, and afterwards here you can see I'm getting my email which I have mapped. And the next field we are getting for the first name, so I'm going to map it as well. And now let's search for the another field. So here you can see that I'm getting this field, that is last name, so I'm going to map it as well. So here I have mapped my last name also. Now I'm going to map my mobile phone number, so I'm going to map it as well. So here you can see I'm getting my phone number which I have mapped, and all these fields are dynamic, means these are going to change with every new responses, and we are getting some of the fields which are not necessary. So I'm going to simply click over this save and send test request, and here you can see we are receiving a positive response which demonstrate that we might have built in the connection. So for testing it, let's move on to my HubSpot CRM account with me. So here you can see I'm landed to my HubSpot CRM where I am on my contacts page, and here you can see I'm successfully receiving the lead which I have recently entered over my Google form and mapped over the Pabbly Connect, which is having the name demo lead, email demo@pabblytuts.com, and here you can observe that I have created this automation without even a single word coding. So you can also build an amazing automation like this for enhancing your own business. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations and integrations like this. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe our channel, and if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below, and if you have any doubt, you can post it over the comment section. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.